Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Koby. We got Mike here, and we are going to get into some more picks.
Yeah, man, it's getting later into the season, man. These games are really counting right about now, so can't wait to make some more picks this week. I'm sad to say that you gained some games against me, but we'll take a look at that in a second. But first, we could look into this game that we had on Thursday night. We had the Atlanta Falcons facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and hey, man, this was the Pitts game, man. Falcons got this win with the last second field goal, 29-28.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, ever since he got drafted there, this is what I think they want him to be. I mean, obviously, the 3 touchdowns is probably like an over performance, but to get double digit catches, 100 yards a game, and at least a touchdown. I think that's the guy you want, and you don't get that very often from him. Kirk Cousins, great all around. Hopefully he gave a couple you like that's in the tunnels. And boy, I hate to say this, but your Carolina Panthers, how good they're playing. I am laying to rest these Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. The Bake Show, Shake and Bake, Baker Mayfield. That flame has been put out. The team's healthy, healthier. I don't know if they're going to need to like clean house and like with some of this like coaching staff or something, but yeah, the offense, just disappear, pretty much since the middle of the season to like this late stretch right here. Not a good place for Tampa Bay to be.
Yeah, man, like you said, this was what the Falcons wanted from Pitts all season. Him putting up 11 catches for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns was amazing. Bijan, I wish that he could be a little bit more consistent with these numbers, but again, another great game. Almost 100 yards on the ground and almost 100 yards receiving. That was a 1-2 punch for them with Bijan and Pitts. And like you said, Tampa Bay, they really don't have any excuses right now. They're getting a lot of players back. Mike Evans put up Mike Evans type numbers, 132 yards receiving on only 6 catches. But again, I don't know what it is, but Mayfield, 2 touchdowns, interception, really no excuse for them right now on why they're losing to the Falcons, and then last week losing to a 3-10 Saints team. But they're opening the door for the Panthers to win that division, and I don't see Panthers really giving that back. I mean, they're playing really well, and Tampa is not at the wrong time of the season, so definitely a bad loss for Tampa.
Yeah.
And next we could take a look at some bad losses for me last week. For week 14, man,
a lot of red over there.
I'm blaming it on my illness, man. I was under the weather. I was a little foggy in the head. Came up with some picks, and it didn't bode well for me. But that 3-game lead that I had shrunk down to 1. So we'll see, man. We got 4 weeks left. So we'll see how it shakes out.
I'm locking in this final stretch.
All right.
I feel like some of these teams we're picking. I got my back against the wall, but we're right there. We just this late season push to get us there.
All right. So in the first matchup we have is Bills at New England. Big matchup here to start it off. Bills are favored on the road against the number 1 AFC team. They're favored on the road by 1.5. What are your thoughts in this big matchup?
The Bills had the Buffalo Josh Allens had a nice win last week against the Bengals, who are better than they were while Burrow was out. But Josh Allen took over in tough conditions and put that team on his back, got them the win.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think he can do it again against the number one seed in the AFC, division rival New England Patriots? I do. Buffalo is going to go into New England this week. Listen, I know the Patriots have been balling out, but I've also been saying all year, when Josh Allen is playing his brand of football at his highest potential, that team is extremely hard to beat. And what's that? 10 wins in a row for the Patriots or something. They're bound to lose sometime. Like they're not going to run. Well, I say that now, but but yeah, give me the Bills to go in there and stop this win streak.
So going into this game, I definitely agree with you that I felt like I think I said it last week where it's tough to beat Josh Allen in December. Last week I said it when he was at home. It's tough to beat him in December, but this week he's not at home. They did play well last week, but again, that was against Cincinnati Bengals team that have been struggling lately. He's going up against the number one team in the AFC, a team that beat him in Buffalo earlier in the season.
They did.
I don't think that this is going to be a revenge game for Josh. I do think that the New England Patriots, coming off of a bye, is going to come up with a game plan to stop Josh Allen this week at home. I'm going with the Patriots.
I love it. I love it. looking through these games, I do have a couple upsets in mind, but I mean, actually, would it even really be an upset if they're favored?
I'm only picking them because you picked the Buffalo Bills. If you picked the Patriots, I would have picked Buffalo because I think it's a toss-up. It could go, it could go either way. So I just want to get some contrast, but
it just doesn't feel right betting against Josh Allen in these situations.
Yeah, it's a toss-up to me, but I'm just trying to.
No, I get it.
Yeah. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens facing the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Ravens being favored on the road by 2.5, even though they haven't been playing well lately. In this game, Bengals played well last week against Buffalo. I know they're dealing with some injuries right now with Higgins. I know he's going to be out this week. But right now, I just don't trust Ravens. I don't trust Lamar. They're kind of iffy with Henry on if he's going to have a good game or not. The defense is not playing well, and the Bengals, even though they're not going to make it to the playoffs, Joe Burrow's playing well. I think he has a lot to prove and to show late into the season. So I'm going to go with the Bengals to get a win at home against the Ravens this week.
Yeah. The Ravens have not been the Ravens. The Bengals have been showing signs of improvement. And even though the Ravens defense can still get after it a little bit, there's just something wrong with Lamar right now. That offense is not doing anything remotely like they're supposed to be doing. The Bengals at home, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going with Joe Cool, Joe Shiesty, whatever you want to call him. I like Cincinnati this week as well.
Yep, and next we have the New York Jets facing the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Jacksonville being favored by 13.5 at home. This one, no brainer for me. Jaguars will win this game. I believe the Jets is going with another quarterback again this week.
Really?
Yeah, but they just I don't know. They're all over the place. They're fighting for a top 3 pick in the draft themselves, and Jaguars they're trying to fight for a division win. So definitely going with the Jaguars in this one.
Yeah, I mean, for you to say that's a no-brainer, I would say you've been number one Commanders fan. Your number two team has been the Panthers, and your number three team has been the Jets. So for you just to come out right away and say this is a no-brainer for you.
Hey, I said I wasn't picking them anymore, man. They pissed me off too many times.
You got burnt. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to really talk about here. Jacksonville, just a much better team playing at home. So yeah, give me Jacksonville. And I'm looking right now. I can't find his name anywhere, but he is the first undrafted QB to start for the Jets in 50 years. So
yeah, we know how that game is gonna go.
Brady Cook, that's his name. Brady Cook. Remember that name?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be cooking, but probably not. So next we have the LA Chargers going down to Kansas City facing the Chiefs. Chiefs being favored by 6 at home. How do you see this game shaking up?
So I said Buffalo's going to upset New England. Even though Buffalo's favored, I'm going by New England's the 1 seed. They're playing a team that's not the 1 seed. I'm calling that an upset. So we're getting into our second upset of the week. And actually, I don't know. I guess the Chargers have the better record. The Chiefs are favored because they're at home probably. But I haven't seen anything from the Chiefs. I kept trying to speak it into existence as much as I don't like the Chiefs. That the Chiefs be chiefing, but the Chiefs have chiefed all they can chief. I think the Chargers had a great win against Philly. I know they probably could have lost that game if Jalen only turned the ball over 2 or 3 times. But Mahomes just had the 3 turnover game against the Texans. I got to go with the Chargers this week. I know Kansas City's still in the hunt. They can't win the division for the first time in an eternity, but I do think the Chargers will get it done this time against Kansas City.
Yeah, this is another game, and I'm solely basing this game just from past experience. The Chiefs, it's hard to remember a playoffs that they was not in, and it's going to be weird probably not seeing them in this year's playoffs. But I think they're going to make a good shot at making it into the playoffs right now. And I think they have to start with this game right here, a divisional game. Chargers, they got Herbert still playing with that injury. Yes, he had success on Monday night against the Eagles, but short week, still has that fractured hand. And the Chiefs are motivated. They didn't look good last week against that good Texans defense, but the Chargers defense is not Houston's defense. Chiefs are at home. Mahomes played horrible last week, and I do think that he's going to play a lot better this week. So I am going to take the Chiefs to get a win at home this week.
Okay. We got some differences going already. But these are going to be close games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I mean, these could go either way.
And a game that's not going to go, that's not going to be close, I don't think, is the Arizona Cardinals going down to Houston to face the Texans in that number 1 defense. Texans being favored by 9.5 in this game. Another no-brainer for me. Texans all the way. It's going to be tough to beat them in that defense at home. So give me Houston.
Yeah, even if the Texans offense was struggling and they couldn't score any points, I think the Texans would still win this game. But the fact that offense is starting to get going again after CJ Stroud came back, yeah, this is also another no-brainer for me. Houston Texans.
Yep. Next, your Cleveland Browns facing the Chicago Bears. Bears being favored in Chicago by 7.5. Shador coming off of a big game last week. I'm gonna let you lead it off. How do you see this game?
Oh boy, I have a team. I have it marked down. Am I going to speak this? I don't know. If I've been fighting it. Like we gotta keep that down, man. I don't know because Caleb Caleb seems to struggle against good defenses. The
Mm-hmm.
Bears defense seems to struggle against good offenses. Are we a good offense? Uh, I don't know. I think we're getting there.
Becoming
Shador,
one.
yeah, but we need a lot of pieces. I do think our offensive line is still banged up. Uh, yeah, I can't see us going into Chicago and getting a win. I will say this though, in our race for picks, if I was down like 5 or up 5 and I was comfortable, I may maybe pick Chicago or pick the Browns here.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. I hope I'm wrong because then we'll both be wrong because I know you're not picking the Browns. So so yeah,
I might
hate
now.
give me Chicago. We're just I mean they're the number 2 seed in the NFC right now, and we just can't compete with teams like that. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If the Browns defense would have really showed something against the Titans last week, I would lean more towards Browns possibly getting an upset win, but defense didn't play well against the Titans and against the Ben Johnson offense. Caleb playing well. They're fighting for playoff positioning. They're at home. It's going to be a tough game for Shador to win, but I do think it's going to be close. I don't think that the Bears will run away with this one, but I'm also going with Chicago to get a win at home this week.
see, I've been watching the Browns for too long to think this game's going to be close. We have
Mm.
we have dumb plays every single week
Oh yeah.
on special teams, and I think this game will be close halfway through the third quarter.
Hmm.
Maybe a one score game, maybe something like that, and
Hmm.
then Stefanski will take I don't know, but yeah, I don't think this game will be close, but I do think it will be for most of the game.
Yeah. A game that I'm still trying to figure out, and I don't even know if it's going to be close, is the Washington Commanders. My Washington Commanders facing New York Giants in New York. New York being favored at home by 2.5. Oh man. Another road game for us. 2 road games back to back. Still injuries are through the roof with this team. Mariota is going to start. We have
Mm-hmm.
Debo that's dealing with the illness this week. He hasn't practiced all week. He is questionable. So, with that being said, with us also having one of the worst defenses, almost historically one of the worst defense ever, um, we're facing a Giants team at home. Oh, defense is really good. Offense is so. Um,
Be a homer.
Usually in this game, I would pick the Commanders because I just don't see us losing. We beat them week 1, even though we had a full cast of players, but they're dealing with some injuries over there as well. But I think they are coming off of a bye, so they had some time to prepare for us. Um, but I cannot do it, even though I think this game is going to be close. Just thinking about last year when we went to New York, we had Jaden, we had all our players, and I think we still only barely won that game by 3 or 1-score game. With all the injuries we have and Mariota starting against that defense, I don't think that we're gonna pull it out. I think it will be more competitive. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but sadly, give me the Giants to get a win in this game.
Oh yeah, you talked about the week 1 matchup. That was against Russell Wilson, who is now third string. JJ McCarthy has been statistically one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. and he put up 3 touchdowns, had almost a career game for him against you guys last week. Jackson Dart, even though he doesn't have a whole lot of weapons to throw to, he's very good at making plays once it breaks down. He can scramble, and I think that keeps the plays going longer, which allows some of his receivers to get open. And against that Swiss cheese defense, I think it's going to be a close game too, but I like the Giants this week as well.
Yeah, and that's how I think about it more. I don't even know if it's going to be close because I think last week we can't even play in man coverage on defense because our corners are so bad in man coverage. We literally played zone the entire game last week. If we do that against the Giants, they already know we're going to do it. They're just going to shred us apart. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders flying across the country to Philly. Philly being favored by 12.5 at home. This one is another no-brainer for me, but how do you see this game?
Man, it is a little bit of a no-brainer, but I did think about it. The Eagles have lost 3 in a row, but the Raiders have just been abysmal playing football. They are getting rid of part of the problem this week. Kenny Pickett is making his first start of the year. You know, he got a ring last year with the Eagles. I mean, this isn't really like a revenge game because he didn't do anything for them. But yeah, the Eagles just have to win. I will say this right now: if the Eagles lose this game to the Raiders, they might as well just pack it up too, because there is something seriously going on over there. But yeah, at home, this is a must win. Has to win.
They can't lose this game.
They can't.
With those fans, they cannot lose this game at all. Like, I mean, they definitely can't lose this game, and I don't think they will. But I do think that they're going to put a beating on the Raiders that it kind of masks. It'll make us kind of forget a little bit how bad the Eagles really still are, because they're going to beat them probably by double digits, I'm sure, by 2 or 3 touchdowns. And then we're going to think that the Eagles are back, and they're really not. And then, you know, we'll see probably in the next couple of weeks that they're really not, especially when they play my Commanders. But yeah, I think they'll win big in this one against the Raiders. So yeah, give me the Eagles in this game. They have a lot to prove right now.
Yeah,
Hurts
for sure.
Looked bad last week. Yeah, they have a lot to prove. Another team that has a lot to prove, the Indianapolis Colts, is facing the Seattle Seahawks right now. Seahawks being favored by 13.5. Colts, man, bringing back Rivers. I'm sure he's not going to play this week, but Daniel Jones' leg snapped like a pretzel last week. So this one, I mean, give me the Seahawks all the way. I mean, they're one of the best teams in the NFC, and it's too much on the Colts right now. I know they're going to try to lean heavily on Jonathan Taylor, but I don't think it's going to be enough against that Seahawks defense. Give me the Seahawks in this game.
Yeah, I'm looking right now because you just mentioned that Phillip Rivers might not start, but I don't know who else they have.
Because he's on a practice squad, I think.
Okay. Well, Ian Rappaport said 3 hours ago, the Colts have not made an official decision on their starting quarterback, but it certainly seems like Phillip Rivers is in a position to make his dramatic return. But it doesn't matter. Like, this is if Rivers does get to start, this is a terrible, terrible, terrible place for him to come back. I think last episode I mentioned, like, where in the hell is Anthony Richardson? Like, if Jones can't suit up, obviously, and if Rivers doesn't play,
is he still on the team? Like, is he healthy?
I haven't heard his name.
This is crazy.
But it doesn't matter. You could put all 3 of them out there. The Seahawks are going to win this game. So
yeah, Seahawks all the way in this one. But yeah, what's going on with Richardson? Next we have the Green Bay Packers facing the Denver Broncos, and Green Bay Packers being favored on the road against the number 2 team in the AFC, being favored on the road by 2.5. I really want to see your thoughts on this one because
I got some.
I'm gonna say Green Bay is facing. Yes, they're one of the top teams in the league right now, but it's something about this Green Bay team. Defense is playing really well. Offense is also. Denver, if they didn't have a bad game against us and almost let the bad 8 loss in a row Commanders almost get a win against them, I would think more highly of the Broncos right now. But they're facing a juggernaut right now in Green Bay. I think it's going to be tough for that Broncos team to stop them for a total of 4 quarters. I'm going to pick Green Bay to get a win on the road and break up that little win streak that the Broncos have right now.
Yeah, I really need to start looking at these spreads when I pick these games because I just go through really quick. I'm like, oh, I got another upset brewing here. But I just saw Denver at home, and I mentioned it with the Patriots. These 10 game win streaks, they're bound to end at some point. The Patriots running into Buffalo, who is playing much better, getting hot. Denver, the exact same thing. This Green Bay team, like I said, since Christian Watson came back, the offense is looking good. I think Green Bay's defense could potentially give Bo Nix some problems. So I too like Green Bay this week against Denver. They knocked off the number 1, a top seed in the NFC last week. The Broncos are right there for the top seed in the AFC. I think the Packers might have like a little bit of like a giant slayer mentality right now. So,
yep, I totally agree with you. And next, I'm sure we're going to agree in this game as well. San Francisco 49ers is hosting the Tennessee Titans, and the 49ers are being favored by 12.5 in this one. How do you see it?
Yeah, that 12.5 seems pretty accurate. I mean, the 49ers are just a much better football team. The Titans should have lost last week against us. Just some a late turnover, bad coaching, whatever. But yeah, Titans should be on a losing streak right now. But they're going to have another one starting this week because the 49ers should be able to handle them pretty easily.
Yep, I totally agree. 49ers all the way. Taking the 49ers. Next, we could follow up with this one. My Carolina Panthers facing the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Panthers being favored on the road by 2.5. I'm going to go last in this one. How do you see it?
I just have a question for you. On the bandwagon, is there a seat available like beside you?
Oh yeah.
Or okay,
I'll save one for you, man. It's a package.
I'm hopping on. I mentioned earlier that I was laying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to rest, which is a wild thing to say about a team. But yeah, the Panthers have been playing better these last couple of weeks. You've been their biggest supporter, and yeah, I'm hopping on at least this week against the Saints, a division matchup, and Carolina looking to take the top spot there. So give me the Panthers this week.
Yeah, man. With a loss from Tampa this week, right now Panthers are leading that division half game, and with this win against the Saints, they'll be up by a full game in that division. They still have a couple games left to play against the Buccaneers to decide it all, but this is definitely a game that they should, and I believe they will win against the Saints. Yes, last week the Saints had a great game against the Bucs in Tampa, but again, the Bucs are sliding. Panthers are on the rise right now, so give me the Panthers to find a way to win against the Saints. Next, a big game in the NFC. Detroit Lions facing the LA Rams in LA. Rams being favored by 6 in this one. What are your thoughts on this one? This was tough for me.
It wasn't that tough for me, actually. I think I am going to assume the identity of the Undertaker because I am also laying to rest the Detroit Lions. The Packers and Bears both are in control of that division right now. I think it would be hard for when the Lions lose this game. I think they are going to be completely out of the playoff picture. And I don't know if I start hitting these, I might have a new gimmick here. I'm just laying them to rest. But yeah, the Rams are just too good. They're the new number one seed in the NFC. And again, Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, and Puka, that offense is ridiculously good. The defense is solid. Yeah, I like the Rams this week.
Ooh. So Detroit, last time we saw them, they beat the Cowboys 44-30. And I think that game would have been more of a blowout if their secondary was just a little bit better. They could have really blew that team out. But the offense is playing well. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he did have that lower leg injury, but he did play well in that game against the Cowboys. And the LA Rams, I still can't get that Panthers game out of my head. I mean, I know they're a really good team, but and they played a Cardinals team last week that is not they're not playing for anything. They did beat them by a lot of points. I think it was 45 or something. So yes, the Rams are playing well. They beat the teams that they should beat. But the Detroit Lions, they have a lot to play for right now. I was going to pick them up until even when I started talking, but then I had to think back of that secondary. If it wasn't for how bad that secondary was, I would pick them to win this game. But I do think this game is going to be close, probably even a one-score game, but I'm going to go with the LA Rams to get a win at home.
Yeah, that Lions secondary is the same secondary that got cut up by Jameis Winston on a route. And you say like you talk about the Rams, you go back to that Panthers game. When I think of the Lions, I go back to Jameis Winston running down the sideline and cutting up the safeties. So just remember that.
That was crazy too. Yeah. I mean, that was crazy. Now we have, hey, we made the Vikings look good last week, but JJ McCarthy and the Vikings traveling to Dallas, playing the Cowboys. Cowboys been favored by 5.5. Dallas has a lot to play for in this one. How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, the Commanders made the Vikings seem like they're a top team in the NFC, but reality is going to set back in. I think Dak and CD and Pickens, that offense is going to have their way with the Minnesota defense, and I think Dallas's defense is going to step up again. They got those guys there in the middle, probably make things a little bit uncomfortable for McCarthy. Because, I mean, we talked about how he's been like statistically one of the worst quarterbacks ever, like just ahead of Jamarcus Russell. And I think we're going to start seeing shades of that again. So give me Dallas.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dallas has a lot to play for, fighting for a divisional win, especially with the Eagles sliding. So I know the Dallas Cowboys will be motivated in this one. Yes, we made the Vikings look good, but they are totally not. JJ McCarthy will come down to earth in this game, and I'm taking the Cowboys as well. Now to finish up, this is an ugly Monday Night Football game that we have. The Miami Dolphins facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers being favored at home by 3 in this one. How do you see this game?
Yeah, I picked Pittsburgh last week against Baltimore because Baltimore has not shown any signs of life these last couple weeks. But a team that has shown some life these last couple of weeks are the Miami Dolphins. Unfortunately for them, they're not really playing for anything. It's far too little, too late for them. But they do have some momentum this week. Let me see on my paper. See if okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm a Browns fan. I hate Pittsburgh. I'm never picking Pittsburgh unless they're playing the Ravens. I don't like them either. But give me the late surging Miami Dolphins to go into cold Pittsburgh and pull out a win.
Wow, was not expecting that one.
See, I can't pick my team to win games, but I can be a homer by picking against my rivals. So
yeah, I think I'm going to need that one going into this game. This will be a little buffer for me. But I'm definitely picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to get a win at home. They're fighting for a divisional win. So yeah, they have to handle business at home. I'm going with Pittsburgh in this one.
Well, we got three differences again.
Yep.
I got the Bills, the Chargers, and the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, I'm going to be up 2 going into next week.
Yeah, we're going to be down 3.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But we could quickly get into this crazy story coming out of almost a neck of the woods where you are, the Michigan coach, man. In some trouble lately. Sherrone Moore.
Moore, he had too much, apparently.
Yeah, man. Had too much. Let me get his charges, man. So he was fired by Michigan earlier this week. Came out that he had relationship with a staffer. I guess in his contract said that he, couldn't have any relationships with any staff member. So that's what came out, that he was fired for that. Apparently, after his dismissal, he went home, argued with his wife, left her house, went to the staffer's house or the mistress' house, attacked her, assaulted allegedly. Right now, he's being arraigned in court. They said that he's facing charges for third-degree home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. So I heard a couple stories. I'm not sure if it's true. Went into the lady's house, went into the drawers looking for butter knives. I don't know if to attack her with. Also heard a story where this mistress is pregnant, and he's trying to pay her off. It's a lot of stories coming out of this. Who knows what is true? But another man getting himself caught up, man. It's unbelievable, man.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Well, if you hear that he's going through drawers trying to find some butter knives, I don't think he's trying to make like a late night piece of toast.
Not making a sandwich, yeah.
And the pregnancy thing, I heard that too. I thought he already had paid her.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I just saw it in passing. But first of all, to have it in your contract that, hey, you can't get involved with any of the staffers, whether you're, I mean, maybe that would make a little bit more sense for like a single guy. Like, hey, we got some like young, like, staffers, like athletic trainers, like, hey, it's just
like, we know you're gonna be tempted when you come in here, but just hands off. Don't go there.
For like a married guy like this,
and then going home arguing with your wife, like, what you arguing? What you mad at her for?
Everything, like, everybody knows what just happened, and you can't go home and be like, this was your fault. And then
I can't believe you outed me.
So I'm guessing like he gets kicked out, whatever, and he goes, I know how to solve this. A late night piece of toast. I just want to go over there. I want a snack. I want to butter some bread. First of all, a butter knife too. Like, and
these are serious charges for him not to be able to bail himself out. He's still in jail. This is probably the 3rd or 4th day that he's still in jail. I mean, yeah, man. This is rough.
And we talked
something about those butter knives.
I think we talked about it during the Mark Sanchez thing. Like, oh yeah, something else is going to happen. And then what was it? Was it the Jawan Jennings thing? They were like, oh yeah, you know what? Something else is going to happen. And yeah, this wasn't NFL, but I mean, we're not strictly an NFL podcast. It's that's just where most of everything's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like, and like we're gonna be talking about sports all year round. So once this football stuff ends, it's not like we're done. We're going to roll into basketball. We're going to roll into baseball. And I know something's going to happen in the NBA this year. Like
some more illegal bets going on. Illegal gambling.
We haven't heard anything about that in a long time. I actually completely forgot about that. Like, either people are talking and they're still, finding more people, but and I don't know if we talked about it. Speaking of illegal bets, Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz did receive their lifetime bans from Major League Baseball. So, and
career down the drain.
Yeah, because like Emmanuel Clase's contract, he was making like a couple hundred, like close to $100,000 this year, and he was placing like $500 bets to like, come on, man, like
addiction. Yeah, they can't kick it.
Like just go down to like South America somewhere and do like chicken fights or something. Like nobody, I don't know. It's just we've said this before. These athletes who make millions and millions of dollars to play a game, a hobby for most people, just can't seem to stay out of trouble, man. It's tough to see, it feels bad talking about it because like this is like a downfall of somebody, and you're not rooting for it, but you have to talk about it.
Right.
But yeah, we'll be back here in a couple months again talking about
same old thing.
Somebody gnawing off somebody's leg or something. Hey, if that happens, we're posting this.
Right. Stay tuned. But yeah, thank you for joining us for another great episode. A lot of picks we went over today. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we go live or we drop another episode. Leave us a comment, let us know what you thought. Like the video as well. And as always, peace. See you next time.